Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Wednesday night from Los Angeles, California. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day, a great week. And tonight, like last night, we're going to be talking about some Los Angeles Lakers offseason moves. And a lot of the things we talked about last night are kind of lining up now. And the main one we were talking about last night was patience. And reminding everyone that come Sunday night, when we found out on Sunday night that DeAndre Ayton was going to be bought out, everyone on God's green basketball earth thought Laker. Now, to be impatient when you knew it was going to take Monday until he can get waived and then 48 hours after that to be signed, what are you going to do with the people that just can't read between the lines? But here we are. I kept telling you guys, Wednesday. Here we are, and the Los Angeles Lakers have finally, again, I'm going to say finally, secured a starting center to wear purple and gold. Now, DeAndre Ayton is no savior. He's no savior. This isn't. We're not signing Shaq. We're not getting AD again, right? No, we're not getting any of that. Let's not get crazy. But we don't need that. We don't need that. We got Luka, we got LeBron, we got AR, we got guys that can do some things. What we don't have is a guy with a ridiculous wingspan, a guy with an AD-like wingspan. And now we do. We got a guy who's proven to give you 16 and 10 on his career, who had his best years while playing with a distributing point guard as Chris Paul. Now he's going to be playing with three downhill demons in Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves. He's going to get some of the easiest buckets of his life playing with the Los Angeles Lakers. And that is why he sacrificed money when he took his buyout and signed a 2-year, $16 million deal with the Lakers. Now, it makes sense. It makes sense because, one, player options, you know how that goes. Second year, player option. And if he gets hurt or doesn't have a great season, then he has an $8 million guarantee next year. Makes sense. Smart on his behalf. I know everyone likes to slam Rob Pelinka and the Lakers for giving out 2-year deals at the second year at the player option because it's just fun to hate on their own team. But have you seen all the signings this year on 2-year deals? Every single one of them a player option. I'm just saying. So with that being said, the Lakers get themselves a center. And a pretty good one. And when you're talking about having, when you're talking about having a Jackson Hayes or whatever retread you could have gotten, Andre Ayton is better than anyone else on the center market. He was better than anyone else on the center market. The second it was announced that he was getting essentially bought out on Sunday night, he immediately went to the top of the list. And not just bigs, but in free agency. Because, again, you're getting a guy who can give you 16 and 10, and you're getting him for $8 million this year. $8 million for the production that he could bring us. Now, that is absolutely insane. Insane that you're going to be able to get a guy of his ability and the things that he can do. Sorry, I'm just trying to, I'm going to touch on something here in a second. Things that he can do for $8 million. Now, I don't love DeAndre Ayton for $35 million. I do not. No. Hail to the no. But DeAndre Ayton at $8 million? $8 million? No, that's like, you know when you load up the Uber Eats app and you're trying to decide what you want to eat? And you can't decide what you want to eat, and you're just kind of scrolling through, and you see the one, whoa, what's this buy one, get one here? What's this special? I'm going to get this and that for this? Oh, I'm already getting ripped off by this app. Now, oh, man, I'm getting this and this for that? I would never buy it for this, but I'll get it for this. Yeah, that's what we got with DeAndre Ayton here. He was that buy one, get one in the Uber app because we got him without having to give up any assets, which allows us to go buy more. Credit me and get it, baby. Go buy more. Oh, man. Look at this. We got a super duper chat in the building. Thank you very much, Miss Highly Ford, with a 50 burger here, $50 super chat. Thank you so much. She said, hey, Jeff, next, 1, sign Horford and Melton. 2, Ruby and Gabe for Wiggins. 3, stagger the rotation, such as at least one of Luka and AR or Braun is on the floor at all times. Yes. Come deadline, you still have some assets to use for a trade if necessary. And I totally agree with this. Now, obviously, Horford is not signed yet with anyone. And the rumors are it's between the Warriors, the Lakers, and retirement. I'm going to put retirement at the end of the line there. I'm going to put Lakers and Warriors kind of even, because if it was simply the money and he wants more, Warriors can offer more, this would be done by now. Al Horford might be waiting to see what their rosters look like in a couple of days and then deciding on that. Because let's say that the Warriors are offering him $8 million and the Lakers are offering $5 million. Well, to him, that $3 million gap might not matter as much. They're both in California, both heavy taxes. So to him, it could very easily be just like, look, I'm going to go with who I feel has the best chance to win. And I remember Haley, again, thank you so much for this super chat. Rajon Rondo one time said that there was something special about being able to win a championship as a Celtic and a Laker. And he said that guys talk about that. So I'm wondering if that's something that's on Horford's mind too. And if the Lakers get Horford as their backup, I don't mind it. I don't love his age. I don't love that, but he's kind of going to be, there's probably going to be a 3 big rotation, whether it's Ayton, if it is Horford, and either a Jackson Hayes or a Nick Richard, like something like that. We're going to have 3 bigs. We're going to have 3 bigs. So I don't mind Horford in that, especially with him being that pick and pop, R.I.P. Pac, pick and pop big when you have Ayton and another rim runner / shot blocker and a very, very savvy vet, very, very savvy vet. So he'd be an excellent fit on this team just with him being a vet and being able to still do things and bringing some championship experience. So I don't mind it. Definitely no way would I want him as a starter. No way I would want him like taking up 30 minutes. Oh man, I think I messed up. Hold on. Ali said, I appreciate you, Jeff. And my dude, by the way, my fault. I don't even remember what I said. I apologize. Thank you, my man. Apologize. My total bad. I'm sorry. I see names on here and I don't know who's who. If I have never met him before and seen him, so I definitely do apologize. That's my bad. And I definitely take that back. I'm sorry. Thank you again, my guy, my sir, my man's in them. Ali Ford here, man. Thank you, brother. But I do love the fact that the versatility of an Ayton, Horford, and like a Nick Richards or something like that would bring. I do like that. So I wouldn't mind that. And the Wiggins thing is very, very interesting to me. I would do it. I would do a move for Wiggins because you're going to need a wing, a veteran wing, another guy with championship experience, and a guy that could really help and help to take over games at times offensively, and not for an entire game or entire stretches, but he can get hot. He can do some things. He can cover some guys on the wing. And I would not mind Wiggins at this stage of his career. Now, what it would take to get him is obviously, another story. Rui and Gabe, I wouldn't mind giving up Gabe. And if you're getting Wiggins, I wouldn't necessarily mind giving up Rui. At this point, I continue to say he's kind of redundant with LeBron anyways. And this is, I believe, going to be the final year of his deal, if I'm not mistaken. Or does he have one more year after this? I got to look. But I think this is his last one. But you'd be able to move Rui in this deal. And if you're going to, after getting Ayton, you get Horford, you get Melton, who I really think would be a steal at the minimum. I know a lot of people are kind of down on him for his injury history, but at the minimum, who really cares at the minimum, right? But I like all these, and I do definitely love the staggering of minutes of those 3 of having them all 3 on the court. And once again, I apologize. I must have said another word instead of my guy, so I appreciate that. Sorry for that. That's crazy. And another thing I want to mention, I'm gonna not really talk any baseball at all in this show. I have to do a separate show on the Dodgers. However, I've got to give it up for one of my favorite baseball players, favorite Dodger of all time, Mr. Clayton Kershaw, who got his 3,000th strikeout today in a game against the White Sox. Dodgers are currently losing right now, so I'm kind of trying to pay halfway attention over here what's going on while focusing on the show. But shout out to Clayton Kershaw, and I appreciate you highly for it. Thank you so much. But moving on. So the Lakers now have way more options at their disposal here. Way more options. And this 7-team deal that's being rumored tonight, the Lakers are in it. Now, this could be something as small as getting something small for facilitating DFS to Houston, or this could be something much bigger. Maybe there's Lakers savior and Laker legend and the Laker that got away, Cam Whitmore, coming back. Maybe it's something bigger. Maybe it's Cam Whitmore and a Nick Richards. I mean, who knows? But let me see. Okay, so it looks like this was going to be a 6-team trade, and then when Atlanta got involved when it became, sorry, let me take a look here. I'm trying to read out the screen, like wiped out when I went to read it though. So when Atlanta got involved with Capella going to Houston, this looks like this was something that was already being worked on, and now it is a 7-team trade that's being worked on. That's insanity. I think the biggest NBA trade in history that we've ever seen is a 5-team trade, and I believe that's the one that got Westbrook to the Lakers. But when you're moving big money like Kevin Durant money and stuff like that, sometimes you got to have multiple avenues to help facilitate that, and that's exactly what Phoenix is probably going to have to do here, and Houston to make that happen. So this is going to be a very interesting list of names when that happens. It could be a bunch of small pieces moving. But there are rumors that the rumors that I saw earlier was that what I saw somewhere on Twitter is that some of the names that are being talked about in this deal is shocking. Now, I know that I've kind of been saying a lot that we're going to see some names moved in this offseason that no one saw coming. That no one saw coming. And as a result of that, I think there's going to be a bunch of names popping up, and that could be part of this deal here. That could be part of this deal. I don't know if it is. I obviously have no inside track to this deal. I'm just reading the little tidbits off the internet like everyone else is, but a 7-team trade is wild and would be crazy. Dodgers couldn't score there. So, going to be wild. Give me 1 second here. I have to respond to something real quick. Sorry, guys. But so yeah, what do you guys think? Are you guys excited about Ayton signing with the Lakers? How do you think this changes the team? Like, to me, this doesn't change the league. It changes the Lakers in a pretty good way. Now, it could change the league if the Lakers are able to go and add a bunch of other resources and build on this and continue to go. But so far, signing Jake LaRivia and getting DeAndre Ayton out the gate here in free agency, these are 2 solid moves, 2 very solid moves. And if you're able to add someone like an Andrew Wiggins here, you add a Nick Richards, you add a true backup here, you add another true wing here. If you can somehow get a point attack defending guard, there's a lot of things that could be done here based off the savings and based off of the lack of assets that the Lakers had to give up to get DeAndre Ayton here. And that's what makes me the most excited about this deal, is that they basically got them for nothing. Because when you look about all the pieces and all the contracts you now have to move along with filler money, you have filler guys, you have the 13 to $18 million range guys, you got Maxi Kleber in there. So when you got Rui, all right, you've got Maxi, you've got Gabe, you got Vando, you've got all these guys. To, like I said, to an extent, Austin Reeves, you've got guys that you can move and get someone if it becomes available. Now, if there's someone that becomes available that no one was talking about, and it's somewhat of a big name, and even if it goes past 2027, the Lakers would jump on it. they would absolutely jump on it. They're just not going to go out and make a move for a player that isn't worth the long-term cash straps that they would be. It's why they didn't re-sign DFS. It's why they didn't do it. And they're probably thinking, okay, if we trade for Walker Kessler and we give up 2 first-round picks, then we're going to have to pay him next year. We're going to have to pay him next year. So on top of trading for him, you're going to have to pay him. And is he a guy that you want to pay that much? It's one of the reasons why Utah is open to moving him, because they're not sold on paying him the amount that he's probably going to command in the open market. And the Lakers might have some reservations about that as well. That's going to remain to be seen. So when you get a guy like Ayton, and this is what I want to talk about. I'm going to bring this up on the screen real quick because I want to talk about some of Ayton's splits here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay. So I'm going to bring this up here for a second. Let me get back and see what we're looking at here. Okay. Now what I'm going to go here and talk about here are his splits. And when you go down the line here, when you're looking at DeAndre Ayton's career splits, this is very encouraging. Very encouraging. Now he's got a knock on him for like his low motor. He's got a knock at him for maybe not loving basketball that much, but he's got a career average of 16 points and 10 rebounds and a block and a half while shooting 59% and 75% from the free throw line. 59% effective field goal percentage. These are all very good numbers for a guy that you don't have to give 30 touches a game. These are very good numbers. And when you look at it, when you go down his splits, when you look at his home and away splits, they're pretty much the same. Minutes played, points, okay? Everything is pretty much the same. That's very, very encouraging. Very encouraging. When you go to his pre and post All-Star, like does he run out of energy? For a guy that's labeled to be low motor, does his numbers fall off later in the year? They actually get better offensively the second half of the season. So for a guy that's labeled low motor, he actually picks up his pace after the All-Star break. Now, this is another thing you look at. The wins and losses. Again, with a guy who's labeled the low motor, how does he perform when his team is losing or getting blown out? And this is what you got here. Pretty much the same. Okay? So he's giving you the same. And then when you go and you look over the months of the year, okay? In October, there's only a couple games in October, right? He starts off a little slow. He picks it up and he ramps up and he's steady throughout the whole rest of the season. Okay? This is all encouraging. All encouraging. Days of the week, encouraging. Whether he's a starter or a reserve, obviously his number is going to be higher as a starter. Now look at his minutes. Pretty much consistent. His sweet spot, which is when you look at his per 36, kind of jumps off the page at 19 and 12. When you look at the sweet spot here, when he's getting 30 to 39 minutes, he's at 18 points a game. He's at 18 points a game. Those are incredible numbers right now. When he's playing on a losing team, or maybe he's come back from injury, when his minutes go down, obviously his production goes down. That does for everyone. This is also important when you're considering a low motor. Days rest. Days rest. Look at these numbers. Very, very similar. Minutes, pretty much the same. Plays pretty much equally, a little better against the East because with less bigs, but not too far apart. Not too far apart. And he plays pretty steady and solid against every single team in the league, which is why his numbers are pretty steady all the way throughout his splits when you run it and break it all down. So this is very, very, very encouraging if you are looking at DeAndre Ayton and thinking, you know, what are we and how are we going? Let me get this right. Hold on a second. There we go. How are we going to build him in here? And he's been on, different teams, different offenses. He's played with different players. He's played with different stars. There's a lot of things that kind of bring different balances to this. But when you look at those numbers and you look at that rundown, it's very, very, very encouraging. And as a result of that, I think we got a steal as a starting center. I'm not saying he's going to be an all-star. I'm not saying he's going to get out here to average 22 and 14. I'm not saying any of that. But just think of some of the bigs when they linked with Luka, when they linked with the CP3, when they linked with the LeBron James. Just think about when some of these guys link with some of the elites, Carlos Boozer linking with Williams in Utah, just think about when some of these bigs who can catch the ball and finish the ball, think what happens with them when they get elite guard play and elite distribution from their guards. And this is what we are going to see with Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, assuming that all of them remain on the Lakers, which I think they will. Again, is it possible that the Lakers trade Austin? It is possible. Is it likely? I don't think so. I'm not sure they're going to get their values worth right now. Is it possible that the Lakers trade LeBron James? Anything's possible. When we look, Luka being traded to the Lakers being sold, all these things were impossible 6 months ago. What's that line by Jay-Z? Difficult is nothing, impossible takes a week. Nothing is impossible at this point. And so who knows what could happen? Who knows what moves could be made? This NBA is new. It's different. This new CBA, these new wave of ownerships, it's different. It's different. Jeannie Buss is partners in a company, a tequila company, with the owner of the Celtics and Mark Cuban. Like, this is all just business at this point, right? Always has been, but never more so now. So this new league is different. And we just gotta wait it. I see someone calling DeAndre Ayton like Kwame Brown a bust. Kwame Brown never put up 16 and 10 for his career as an average. This is a totally different. Ayton is a much better player than Kwame Brown. That's wild. That's wild. It's a funny take. It's a funny take. It just has no valor. It's a funny take. But I like where we're going. And like I said, I like that Rob was able to get this done. I like that Rob was able to get Jake. People can say what they want. Oh, they fell in his lap. It's always when it goes right. When something goes right for Rob, it's easy, or it fell in his lap, or it's not because of him. Shut up. Shut up. You know how ridiculous you sound, that you can't even be partial. You have to die on the hill. You're just a hater. You're just a hater. If you're going to bash him, you got to give him the credit. Those are the rules. Those are the rules, homie. That's what you got to do. So if you're going to rip him, you got to give him credit. He's earned some ripping. He's earned some bashing. No doubt about it. But he's also earned some credit. Give this man his credit. And getting DeAndre Ayton for $8 million. You know, you remember that video or those pictures showing Luka leaving dinner with Rob and JJ shortly after the end of the season? You remember that? Part of me, if there was a fly on the wall there, part of me wonders if they're like, look, Luka, like all the great, like LeBron, all these, like you got to recruit. You gotta, we brought you here. You're the star. Things navigate towards you. They magnetize towards you. You got to get out there and make dudes want to come here. You got to get out there and talk to dudes and tell them what it's like to be in LA. You got to tell them how much you want to play with them on the Lakers. You got to tell them to come over here. You got to do that. That comes with the territory. You're going to be a Laker? You're going to represent this brand? You're all in? One, sign the extension, which he will. Two, get out there and help us get people. A star is always your best weapon when you're recruiting. Who am I going to play with? Cool, you got this amount of money. Cool, you got LA. You got all this. Who am I going to be playing with? Who? Now, if it's a guy that is just taking money to take money and come live in LA, that's different. But when it's talking about getting impact players, you need your stars to help you get those impact players. And we haven't had that big name yet. because we got already two big names. We got two huge names, two of the biggest names in the sport. And now we got DeAndre Ayton and Jake LaRivia. And more is on the way. More is on the way. And other teams got, but I still got the Lakers right now in that middle pocket, 4, 5, 6 in the West, because this team is not done. When you look at what Denver's done, when you look at what Houston's done, when you look what OKC is, I still got Lakers around 4th. I know everyone is really gassed up on Dallas, but I don't know about them ligaments over there. I don't know. So I'm very curious to see what comes out of this massive trade that the Lakers are rumored to be part of with six other basketball teams. So I'm very curious to see what the Lakers get out of that. Are they just helping facilitate, or are they helping facilitate and getting value back? That's what I want to know. That's what I need to see. And that'll happen soon enough. But if we get value by help facilitating, shout out my brother Lowe. He's been talking about that. Well, you see all these dudes getting this for just helping trades get done. Why can't the Lakers do that? He makes an excellent point. He's right. Shout out to Lowe, L-O-E. Lakers over everything. Go make sure to go sub up over there. But he's right. Why can't the Lakers get involved? And it sounds like they are. Sounds like they are. And so if they come out of this with Ayton, LaRivia, Horford, Melton, which I don't know if they're going to pull off all those. If they do, that's an excellent group of additions considering the money that Pelinka and the Lakers had to work with. It is. Even if they come away with Ayton, Richards, Whitmore, and LaRivia, considering what they had to work with, let me ask you something. Let me ask you guys something. Let me get ones in the chat for yes and 2 in the chats for no. All right? 1 in the chats for yes, 2 in the chats for no. I need participation here. Come on, y'all. How many we got on YouTube right now? How many got? All right, we got 215 people in here on YouTube. Hold on. First and foremost. Okay, we got 215 people in the building. Only 52 likes. Well, what the? Come on, y'all. Tap that like button. It's free. It's free 99. Tap that like button. Let's get these likes up. Come on now. I done crawled my behind out of a basketball hibernation. Let's get these likes up. 54 likes. All right, there we go. 66 now. With 215 something people in the room. Come on, let's get these likes up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'd appreciate it. So one's in the chat. If we end up with Ayton, Horford or Richards, Milton or Whitmore, and we already got LaRivia, right? So we got Jake, we got DeAndre. And if we end up with some combination of Horford and Milton or Richards and Whitmore, any of the combination of the other two, give me a 1 if you would trade DFS for those guys. And give me a 2 if you wouldn't. Because essentially, they're getting all these guys by letting DFS go to Houston. 1s if you would do that deal, 2 if you would not. Since everyone was filleting Rob for letting DFS go for free after giving up 3 second-round picks. Because there's no way you keep DFS and don't get those guys. Look, Ayton and LaRivia alone is worth trading DFS for. It's just facts. Both younger, 2 positions of need. This is a 1-0 day. It's a 1-0 day. Who got tools? Who got tools? Who got tools here? Who got tools here? This is a 1-0 away. This is a 1-0 away. All the way. You pick up the phone, you call any GM. Yo, Mr. GM, Hey, Mr. GM. Yo, you got almost just broke my phone. You got Ayton, you got DeAndre and Drake over there? Yeah, hold, Jeannie, shut up. Hold on. You got Linda, shut up. All right, look. Okay, Kurt, shut up. Jeannie's dog, shut up. All right, look. I'm gonna give you Rich Paul, shut up. All right, look. I'm gonna give you DFS. Luca, shut up. I'm gonna give you DFS. And you give me DeAndre and Jake. And you put the phone down and you wait. And if they say yes, you hit them with a. That's it. That's it. Simple, easy, and done. Simple, easy, and done. Rob has to tell an entire room to shut up to get a deal done, but there's no GM on the other side of the phone that wouldn't take Ayton and Olivia for DFS. Just won it. They just won it. So that's what I'm saying. There should be nothing, absolutely nothing but ones in the chat. Because who is holding on to DFS when you can get a starting center and another wing? Like, who's doing that? Who's doing that? So I think what they've done has been phenomenal. I think what they've done has been absolutely phenomenal. And considering they didn't have much to work with, is this a home run? It's not a home run. But it's great for what they had. Bandwagon put 3. Shut up, Cube. I'm throwing you in that whole conversation. Rob's telling you to shut up too. But you guys get what I'm saying, man. There's no way the Lakers lose with this. Yeah, we got 400 people in the building right now, y'all. 400 people in the building. Drop those likes, subscribe to the channel, become a member if you have not done so already. For less than the cost of lunch, you can become a member for an entire month. Now, make sure you can also, let me get this here. You can also make sure to get your MLB, NBA, NFL gear, and more. Make sure to use our link at Fanatics to get special discounts, and your purchase also helps support the channel. We partnered with the good people at Fanatics, so when you purchase through us via them, they take care of the channel because we took care of them by sending you their way. So greatly appreciate it. But the bare minimum, just drop a like on the video. So now, the thing about LeBron James, now we talked about this at length last night. LeBron James is sitting back looking at all this like, man, okay, we got a big, we got Jake, we got some other things going on. When that is happening, LeBron's probably thinking, okay, I think LeBron's probably biggest struggle here is he's never had to be the guy riding shotgun next to the driver, right? Now, he tried to his credit, and he absolutely deserves credit for this. He tried on numerous occasions to give the keys to AD. I always made the joke about when two parents have the baby and the doctor takes the baby from the mom and tries to just hand the baby to the dad. It's like LeBron is like, AD, take the baby. And AD never wanted to take the baby. Never wanted to take the baby. And Luka got there, didn't even just took the baby, as he should. He's 26 years old like the time. So LeBron has been trying to hand the keys over to someone, to his credit. AD just never fulfilled that wish for him. Never fulfilled it. And as a result, now we have one that did, and there's going to be an adjustment there for Bron. Assuming and presuming that he's going to remain a Laker, which I believe he will. But this is a whole different set of events. It's a whole different world for LeBron. It's a whole different thing to be part of. And I do credit him for the way he's handled it, even as much as letting Luka and his people know when he was going to opt back into his contract. So I think he's done everything right. We got 30 new subs during the stream tonight. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all the MVPs, man. For y'all don't know, if you're new to the channel, I am Empire Jeff. This is Empire Jeff TV. We talk NBA, MLB, mostly Lakers, mostly Dodgers, but there's times we talk about whatever. So I appreciate everybody. Someone asked the question, who is Empire Jeff? I basically just broke that down for you. I'm just a guy who sits on his couch and watches sports like the rest of us. I just happen to get up here and talk about it with my chat. That's all I am. That's all I am. I'm just a guy that loves sports and loves talking sports with my beautiful little community here. So welcome. Anyone that's new, you are welcome here. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think. It's an exciting time of the year. You know, the Lakers offseason last year really gave us nothing to do, nothing to watch, nothing to care about, nothing to really be excited about. We didn't get Koloko until August, and then at the end of the day, it was Koloko. Koloko. That was our signing. Koloko. So it is, he said, you're more than that. I appreciate you. I mean, fundamentally, that's all I really am, man. That's all I pretty much really am. I like talking sports with y'all. You guys know this, man. You guys know this. What's going on, Miss Angie B? Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well, sis. Hope you and the family are well. Again, my brother Chris. What's going on, Chris? The Drip Show. Empire Jeff TV is the best two-way channel on YouTube. Appreciate you, brother. I'm over here hyped for the tables have turned. I'm hyped for the Lakers when I'm disappointed in my Dodgers right now. They're about to lose this game in which Kershaw got 3K. But does the game really matter other than Kershaw getting his 3K? Yeah, I want to win. But if it would have been a win and Kershaw didn't get his 3K, I'd rather him get it out the way and get it done at Dodger Stadium. So shout out to Kershaw. But so let me know what you guys think in the chat. Is the next move going to be? Is it going to be Horford? Is it going to be a trade for someone like Nick Richards? Is it going to be another big? Is it going to be that big from New Orleans? Like, what do you think is going to be? I think Jackson Hayes as a third big, I would take. Would y'all do that? Would y'all like Jackson Hayes back as our third big? I think that would be a decent keep. Now, Jackson Hayes as your first or second big, I don't love that. I don't love that at all. But Jackson Hayes as your third big, I'll take that. He knows how to play with these guys already. He already knows how to play for JJ. He's done fairly decent here, even though he was playing out of position as far as a starter, not as, in his role that he should be, which is a third string. So Jackson Hayes as a third string big, I would not be mad at. TGK, what's up, my brother? I see you. Make sure to go subscribe to TGK. Make sure to give that guy a sub. He does excellent work over there. But look, if you got Jackson Hayes as your third big, Mr. X, what up, man? If you got him as your third big, I don't think that's terrible. Shout out to the mod god, the god mod, the father of mods, the mod father, the best in the business, Mr. Search and Destroy. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. But yeah, TGK. I think was it you, TGK? Man, I have been more active on Twitter in the last 2 days than I probably have been in 6 months, basketball related. And so I saw, I'm not often on timelines because it's a cesspool, right? Especially the basketball timeline. But I think it was your tweet, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you said a team that was already top in defense, and now you're adding a big with basically his wingspan, a guy that can rebound and get you 16 points a game and play defense. Like, that's not going to improve them. I think that was you. I'm just trying to, I think that was you. All right. I haven't lost my full brain yet. But yeah, so it has been absolutely funny and entertaining to watch some of my fellow Laker fans. I always call them Laker fans on the internet, or internet Laker fans. The Laker net sleuths out there, because they're so quick to melt down and freak out over anything. And then the second something goes right, they're like, that was easy. That's no big deal. That fell in his lap. That's light work. That's no big deal. The same people that would be flaming Rob Pelinka had Ayton gone to Indy are the same guys that are like, when they got him. You can't do that. You can't be that foolish. You can't be that. No. How are you even supposed to even pretend to be taken serious when you do stuff like that? There's a reason I don't really mess with a lot of people when it comes to like talking actual basketball, because everyone is so emotional and narrative driven and mixes your words. And no. There's a reason. You can't have it both ways. Just like I said, if you're going to bash Pelinka, you got to give Pelinka credit. If you're going to give Pelinka credit, you got to bash him. I got no problem bashing the things Pelinka has done wrong when it's legitimate wrong. But blaming everything on him and finding reasons that fits your narrative and agenda? No, that's not grown man work. That's not grown man work. It's not. It's not how grown men move. Holly said, it's hypocritical, trying to have it both ways. It's cynical too. That's right, my guy. Every time I see your name, I'm gonna over exuberate and say my man, my guy, to make up for being a dumbass earlier. I apologize. But yeah, I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't play both sides. You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. But people die on the hill because they're dying to be right. We all know those type of people. They think they can run an organization. They think, oh, my bad, Cuba. My bad. I did not. Jeff is going to get the bandwagon a car in LA. Hey, I might. I got the plug, pun intended. I got the plug. My bad, Cuba. My fault. I never really have to be reminded about super chats. My fault. It's a little busier in here today. So it's like, you know what I mean? So I'm usually like, a smaller channel. Usually got like maybe 40, 50, 60 people in here. So chats was flying in. So didn't really see that one. I apologize. But appreciate you, Cuba, and highly appreciate your $50 super chat earlier. Appreciate all the love, man. Y'all been showing a lot of love. I don't know who's doing it, but someone's been showing a whole lot of love on the Fanatics link. Like, man, it's starting to stack up there. So I greatly appreciate y'all. But back to my point. I'm all for criticism. You guys know me, man. I feel when it comes, I feel like I'm more on the voice of reason side. I feel like I'm more on the non-agenda side. Like I kind of look at something and take it for what it is. If I like something about someone, I like it. If I don't like something about someone, I don't like it. But there are players I can both like and dislike things about them. And there are players that I could like everything about and really dislike nothing. And there's players I can literally like nothing about, right? But you got to give credit when credit is due. So it's like if you have a player that you don't like, and maybe you don't like the way they move or the way they carry themselves or the way they treat teammates or the way that they handle their business or go about their business, or you just don't like a lot about what they are as a man or as a female in WNBA or whatever. You just don't like the way they carry themselves. That's okay, right? I mean, everyone ain't for everyone. But to sit up here and talk and act like a certain player who's great isn't great simply because you don't like the person, well, then how is your opinion on the sport supposed to be validated? How are we supposed to listen to you? I don't write the rules or make the laws. I'm nobody. But one thing I will give myself credit for is I call it how I see it. I don't switch up. I don't ride the wave. I'm not a follower. Never have been. Never will be. And in the NBA streets with YouTube, Google, and stats, and people that never watched games, I'm not saying you can't talk the sport or the history. I talk Magic Johnson. I didn't get to really watch him play. So if I'm sitting at a table with people who covered and watched Magic Johnson or people that watched his whole career, I'm going to listen. I shut up. For a guy that talks as much as I do, it's very hard to shut me up. But when I don't belong at the table, I shut up. When I belong at the table, I will talk. When I don't belong there, I don't talk. I listen. And then when I feel I have enough information, I seek permission to talk. Because I still don't know what I'm talking about because everything I learned is from them. So it is, that's the thing about basketball nowadays. It's a brutal sport to cover because the agendas are all, it's just a weird space. And the game is different. And like I said, and now everything that goes on because we have LeBron on the team, right? And now Luka on the team. The Lakers are just a number one target for everything, including free agents that got bought out and is looking for a starting spot to play with two future Hall of Famers and DeAndre Ayton. So at the end of the day, even when the Lakers go down, they always, one more time, always find a way to rise back up. That's just the nature of the business when it's the purple and gold. It takes longer than it did before now. Oh yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. We have one chip since 2010. It's a real thing. We talked about this last night. Yeah, Kingley, 17 trade in the works. I don't know if the Lakers were in the mix for like a Nick Richards there. I know they're still in the mix for Al Horford. I've heard that multiple times. I feel like if Horford was going to sign with the Warriors, he probably would have already, unless he's waiting to see what the Lakers do with their roster, or the Lakers and Warriors offer, even though the Warriors have way more money, is not that far apart yet. Maybe the Warriors aren't offering that full 14 million. Maybe they're offering 8 or 9 million. And the Lakers like, we can get close to that. And maybe he's like, look, I like my role with the Lakers. I think they got a better chance. So Al Horford is in play. And I absolutely would not mind Al Horford as a backup big at $5 million a year. If you've got a DeAndre Ayton along with the Nick Richards or Jackson Hayes as your third big. I'll continue to say Jackson Hayes as a third big, I would not mind. I would not mind. Because you look what Houston's built up with their bigs. Look at Denver, what they've added. Denver's going to be a problem. Denver should have beat OKC last year. They didn't. Don't beat them next year. OKC is not winning back-to-back. Not happening. They let Indy take them to 7. It's not happening. Shout out to them for winning the chip. Shout out to them. It 100% counts as every other chip we've ever seen or read about. But they're just not that team. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just wow. Well, what's up, Lamont? I didn't see you in here, bro. Hope you're doing well, man. It's been a minute. It's so funny seeing people now pretend that Ayton is a bum now and won't hope to. Yeah, Lamont, I was just talking about that, man. I'm like, I think you'll agree with me on this, Lamont. For the most part, we have pretty much simple basketball conversations, right? Like I know you're always battling other people. Whatever you and I have crossed paths, we just talk. You know what I mean? So I think maybe I'm wrong, but I think you're going to agree with me on this. Just correct me if I'm wrong, though. I feel like the same people that would have flamed Pelinka for not getting Ayton are the same people acting like, he's a bum. Who cares? It's light work. It's no big deal. Lamont, you know those people would have been all over Rob's head had he not got. If Ayton had gone to Indiana, if he went there, these people will be on Rob's head. And because he got him, they're like, it's whatever. Oh, please excuse. 2-1, nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. Dodgers down 2. I apologize. I'm locked in on basketball, but there's some things happening adjacent to the screen here. So, yeah, that's what I don't like. It's the hypocrisy. It's the backhanded comments. It's the people on their couch thinking they can run an organization better than someone that's been in the game their entire life. Just, I say this all the time. The worst player in the NBA would show up and mop up everybody you know. Everybody. 24-hour, LA Fitness, pull up anywhere. They're mopping up everybody. Everybody. The guy that you would call a bum, he would eat your lunch. The worst coach in the league would destroy the best AAU coach in the league. They just would. They just would. So that's why I'll give an opinion if a guy makes a bad play. If a guy does something, man, I probably maybe this would have done more. But to destroy players, to break them down and tear them apart, that's never been my thing. Never been my thing. Oh, man, this is getting serious. We got Haesung Kim up with nobody out. Otani on deck. Okay, I apologize. I said this was going to be a basketball-only stream, but, I bleed Dodger blue too, man. Lamont says, Ayton is about to be a problem in LA on both ends, and LaRivia is way better than people know. Facts. Lakers also had 2 steals on draft and the best player in college basketball last year. Yeah, and again, they won't give them any credit because all they're going to hold on to is that they drafted JHS. They're not going to say how they plucked Austin Reeves. They're not going to say how they stole Alex Caruso back in the day. They're only going to talk about how he lost them. They're not going to talk about these late finds that they have found or came up on. It's always going to be about the misses. Always going to be about the ones they missed on. And these are the type of people that are out here on the internet on the regular, right? And so like there are people who act like the Lakers' future is completely cursed because we took JHS over Cam Whitmore. It's wild to me. It's wild. Oh man. No, this is not gonna happen, is it? We got bases loaded with Shohei Ohtani coming up with nobody out. I'm about to lose all focus. I apologize. I'm doing my best here, but this is they got to win this for Kirsch, man. They got to win this for Kirsch. But that's how it is. So yeah, I think Ayton, like I said, like my man TGK said, you have a team with one of the top defenses in the league last year, and you add Ayton, you add Larivia to it. Like Jake Larivia's athletic, he can move, like he can score, like he's got athleticism, like this dude can play. And the fact that they got him for like $6 million, you got a starting center and Jake Larivia for a combined $14 million. Shout out to Rob, man. But they're gonna hate. Mike, I see you, brother. What's up, man? I'm gonna keep looking over here, man. We got the greatest player of all time stepping into the box right now with bases loaded, down 2, no outs in the 9th. Man. Oh man. So Ayton is a very steady player, man. But he's not a guy you build your team around. He's not your 1 or 2 best player on a team. He was a number 1 pick overall, and with that comes with high expectations. He has not reached his expectations. But this man's going to be in the league probably 10 to 15 years because he can get you 16 and 10 every night, no matter where he's at. 16 and 10. Look at the splits. Straight up and down. The splits don't lie. Home, road, pre-All-Star, post-All-Star. Oh, of course, man. Oh, he beat it out. All right, there's a run. Runners on first and third. Show he almost doubled up. Come on, Mook. But his splits are great. West versus East, home, road, wins, losses. His splits are great. I showed you guys earlier. Well, he was kidding. He walked that back the next day. He's like, I had like 3 or 4 beers. I was being sarcastic. There's no way he doesn't value that 2020 chip, my guy. There's no way. I promise you this. He said it himself the next day. He was playing. He was being sarcastic and mocking the people. Can't lie. Denver will be a problem if the Lakers can't get Horford. Yeah, I believe Denver is a problem. Denver has always been a Laker problem. Last year, I felt was our best year to get them, but we didn't get them. We didn't match up against them. And I like what they've done. I think they're the best team in the West right now. And, barring injury, I'm very interested to see which Bruce Brown they get. Do they get Nuggets Bruce Brown? Or do they get Pacers, Raptors? Like, do they get that Bruce Brown? New Orleans, do they get that Bruce Brown? Him coming home, playing with guys he's won a chip with, probably livens him up, wakes him up a little bit more. And I think it benefits him. When you got guys that leave and come back, they went out there, the grass wasn't greener. He got his money. Now it's all about coming back and trying to repeat and do what they did in 2023 and trying to do it together. So that's where they're at, man. And so we got 200 people in the building right now, man. 200 people in the building, 107 likes on the video. Let's get some likes on this video, please. Por favor. 107 likes with 210 people in the building. Some of y'all don't like the show. That's cool, but I know some of y'all probably do. So please tap that like button. Ohtani is definitely an AI-created baseball player. I've never seen a player like him ever. Lamont, I've never seen an athlete like him. It's not even just the skill set. It's the humanity. It's the personality. It's the respectfulness. It's the humbleness. It's the playing the game with like a boyish joy. He does not cheat the game, does not take the game for granted. For any of y'all who didn't watch that wild game between the Dodgers and Padres when all the guys were getting hit, they're throwing at each other. For all you guys that didn't see that, come on, Mook. For all the guys that didn't see that, the way he walked that bench by himself against the Padres' entire bench with his arms behind his back, walking up like enough. enough. And the way they all just looked at him like a god just came down from the heavens, a baseball god, like walked to them. And like, even they punked him. But the way they all just kind of stared at him when he approached, come on, Mook. Tie this up at the minimum. Oh, did he? Oh, that's deep enough. That's deep enough. Let's go, Mookie. We got a tie game, baby. Tie game. I'm sorry, basketball fans. I'm sorry. I'm a diehard Dodger fan. You guys know this. But yeah, it's just a whole different thing. Horford can still defend in spurts and can catch and can stretch the floor, which helps LeBron and Luka. Yeah, him 10, 15 minutes a game. If you got an Ayton and you got a Nick Richards or a Jackson Hayes as your third center, now you got the pick and pop big. You got the intelligent, you got the intelligent vet there, another vet over there, another voice of reason, another champion. And I don't think it hurts you. Like I said, no one loves the age. He's 39. You got Bron that's going to be 41. That's not ideal. But he's still, no way is he worth the full mid-level. If I'm a team, I don't give him that. But if you can get a player like Al Horford for $5 million, and he can bring some of those intangible things, you absolutely have to do that. You got to do that. What's going on, Lawrence Lopez? Our seating was perfect last year to avoid Denver and Minnesota collapsed. Yeah, man. It just, that game one, they just fell apart after the halfway through the first quarter of game one, and that was their entire playoffs. I said at the time, I did a video when it happened. Like, it's done. It's done. I looked over. I've been around the game. I've coached in the game. I've been around it long enough. When I look over at a bench, and the first thing I said, I saw Minnesota's bench, and I saw them, and they knew they beat them. They knew they had them. Any fear or worry about the Lakers was stripped from the Wolves' body that point in the first quarter of game one. I saw it, and I said it at the time. And it happened. And the Lakers never came back from that. And truth be told, they never came back from when LeBron got injured, and Luka was never right. So the push they made in the second half of the year, were they able to get to that 4th seed, that was still borderline miraculous with everything that they went through last year. Oh, he beat it. He stole second. Okay, Shohei. With the wheels. Now Big Willie can walk it off with a single. Come on. So, but I think Horford can definitely add some things to it for sure. Yes, sir. I saw that too. Austin was playing hurt, and you could tell. Yeah, so it was Ant-Man Punk LeBron. And they went back and forth. They were pushing each other. You know what I mean? I didn't have a problem. I know there was a big old thing. And I was like, well, players don't care. Like everyone throwing such a big fit because LeBron and Ant were talking to each other. Like, you don't think those two want to kill each other on the court? You don't think they want to win? Everyone's saying like, oh, I wouldn't do that. Oh, Kobe would never. The Kobe would never people. Oh my God. I'm a Kobe guy. Kobe's my GOAT. Kobe's my favorite player of all time. But y'all be doing too much. The Kobe would never. The people who say mama mentality for the most basic stuff in the world, y'all water down Kobe's legacy. Y'all make it weaker. You don't make it stronger. You're honoring him. Yes, that's a beautiful thing. But tying your shoes in the morning and getting up and going to work is not a mama mentality. That's regular. Mama mentality is next level. It's getting out there and playing with a broken finger on your shooting hand. That's mama mentality. Getting out there scoring 60 on your last game when you got nothing left to give. That's mama mentality. Getting up and go to work to get paid like a regular day, that's not mama mentality. That's regular. You don't get extra credit for that. You're supposed to do that. People over here talking like they go talk to their friends in rec league if they beat them. Bro. Oh, man, damn well y'all be going to Cane's together and sharing some cane sauce. Shut the F up. Like, it's wild to me, man. It's wild to me. But like I said, it's craziness, man. And one of the worst takes, I just said one of the worst takes I keep seeing make its rounds is that Pelinka is sabotaging the Lakers because of Kobe. That is insane. I talked about it last night. So if there's some new people in here tonight, I want you guys to hear this. It's one of the dumbest narratives I've ever seen. One of the dumbest narratives. Iron sharpens iron. Kobe would never have kept Pelinka around all those years if he was just a yes. Oh, Oh, is this a walk-off? Is this a walk-off? Walk it off! Let's go! Let's go. I'm sorry. Those are the basketball show. Fires and emojis for the Los Angeles Dodgers getting a walk-off win in the night that Clayton Kershaw got his 3,000th strikeout. Wow. Okay, let me get my mind back to basketball. They walked it off, baby. Woo! Okay. Breathe, Jeffrey. Let me just back to normal. Back to reality. Oh, there goes. Okay. So that isn't something that is realistic. He would not have been working with a guy that closely, let him handle all his business if he was a sucker like that. Wouldn't have happened. Kobe wouldn't keep, I'm not going to say the word, but Kobe wouldn't have kept a dude like that around. This wouldn't have happened. I'm a Kobe guy. But I rock with LeBron heavy. LeBron's great. He's incredible. He's one of my favorite players of all time. I love LeBron. As a Kobe guy, I'm saying this. I'm not your average Kobe fan. I got no problem calling out some of the things that Kobe didn't do great, some of the way he handled things. I got no problem talking about that. If I could talk things I don't like about my own family, I could talk about things I don't like about my favorite ball player. It's very simple and easy. Very simple. You could give credit to your favorite players, and you can give constructive criticism. Again, I'm just a guy that sits on the couch and watches sports. I've never woke up a day in my life better than any of these guys. Mine's just talking sports, have an opinion. I don't bash people like that. Which is why people like me who are at home on their couch thinking they could be a GM, look yourself in the mirror. Because it's probably the same people that aren't great at their own job, judging what he's doing for his. Pretty simple and easy. So it's always the people who are just angry and bitter, and they just want to spill their rage, and they just need someone to hear them, because probably no one listens to them in their regular life. I get it. But those of us who have people that listen to us and love us, it's not that serious to us. It's just not. Y'all, we truly pity a lot of them. We really do. But it's fun. It's fun. It's all just sports, man. Some of y'all just go off the deep end with it. But to sit here and think that like Kobe would keep a sucker around the whole time is wild. And that's agenda driven, right? You have an agenda. You have a narrative. And no one listens to you. So you spew your hate on the internet. It's great. It's great, man. What else? We got someone talking. What we got? These delusional fan base is terrible. Might be as terrible as your English, because I don't know what you mean by this. Maybe break out the free version of ChatGPT and try again. Let's see. What's up, Pablo? Man, I'll be a great GM. That's what's up. I like that. I see, have some fun, man. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Have some fun. Get up here and have some fun. That's what we're here for. Don't take yourself so serious, right? Don't take talking sports so serious. Ain't none of us employed by the NBA. We just here having fun, man. Let's see, Paulo. So you had a good one. So let me get you on the next one here. Pelinka be slacking, always waiting last minute on stuff. That's the only thing. Hey, look. So how do I go about this? So I agree with you and disagree with you, respectfully. What I want to say is this: waiting to the last minute is because sometimes things have to be negotiated. So, for instance, Ayton couldn't have been signed on day one, right? He got waived on Monday, had to wait 48 hours, and then got signed literally the minute he became available. That wasn't waiting at all, right? He got Jake Larivia right out the gate. He moved up in the draft twice. You get what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying, and I get the narratives on Rob, and he deserves some of the bashing that he gets. I don't disagree with that. My pushback is those who only bash him but give him no credit. To act like he's never done any good, or that he's sabotaging the Lakers. I mean, that's just crazy talk. Now, if you don't think he's very good at his job, that's fair. That's okay, right? I mean, it's not for me to say what's right and wrong. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I think that's fair. But to sit up here and act like he's never done anything right, I think is I think it's weird. I think it's weird to me. Talking about grabbing a center, we've been needing him for 5 years. Well, we had a center for 5 years. His name was Anthony Davis. He was getting paid to play center. He needed to stop crying and play center. The Lakers have always bounced back. Showtime, Kobe, Shaq, Kobe Powell, LBJ, AD, and more to come. That's right, Mr. Layback. That's right. We can finally say Lakers in 5. What's going on, Noah? What's going on? But yeah, man, what's funny is at the offseason, you always get like regular he's a center in today's NBA though, bro. He is. You go and look around, you look at even before he came to the Lakers, his last 2 years in New Orleans, he was playing center. He's a center in this league. He just is. Let's see. My problem is just letting them walk for nothing. We should at least got something in return, at least picks. Who are you talking about? DFS? We did. So I asked people earlier. Let me clarify. Young Braveheart. I want to make sure. I want to clarify what you're talking about because I don't want to go down an opposite path. Are you talking about DFS? Because if you are, then I'm gonna come back to this comment. Let me know, bro. King Doe, what's going on, sir? What's popping in Fire Jeff and everybody? What's going on, King? Appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Pablo says Pelinka let Howard and McGee walk. That's not true. That's not true at all. He traded McGee, and he traded McGee because McGee was having a horrible stretch, and people forget. People were booing McGee. He was done. They were booing him. Go back and look at 2022. Revision his history. Go back and look. When they traded him, everyone was talking about like his box score plus when he was so horrible for us that year. People were begging for him to be gone, and he got gone. Right. Secondly, Dwight Howard confirmed that his agent messed that up out of his own mouth. Go watch that podcast he did when he had Jeannie on the show. So again, that's a false narrative. Dwight Howard, out of his own mouth, said that his agent got it wrong. The Lakers intended on signing him. They were going to come back to him. They were working on a couple other deals. He said this himself. Go watch it. Go watch the podcast of Dwight Howard and Jeannie Buss. I think his show is called Above the Rim. Go watch it because these are one of those false narratives that are out there again. And also, McGee didn't walk. He was traded when he was inefficient and wasn't playable, and fans were booing him off the floor that year. Go back and watch it. It's not, these narratives on the internet are not right. They're incorrect. What's up, Kane? I still don't get, they let Caruso walk for prioritizing THT is my biggest gripe. Yes, they got that wrong. There's no defense. They really couldn't do both because the tax ramifications would have been monstrous, but they absolutely chose the wrong guy. That's a fact. I have zero defense for that. And I shouldn't have. Appreciate you, Noah. Where's CP3? Probably Phoenix or the Clippers. What's going on? GG says that we are one of the 7th team trade with Houston. I think we are. I just don't know what that entails. I don't know what we're getting out of that or what's coming from that. This I don't know. They were a big factor in that championship run. We were too big for everyone. They were great for us. They were in 2020. Everyone wants to recreate 2020, but that's 5 years ago. Those guys are older. They're not the same. Everyone wants to recreate it, but you can't. LeBron was 35 at the end of his prime. AD was prime AD. You had guys that team was incredible. You were never going to be able to repeat that. It just wasn't going to happen. And everyone says he blew up the 2020 team. The only he didn't. He blew it up in 2021. But that 2020 team came back mostly except for Dwight and Rondo. And Schroeder was essentially in 2021 was better than Rondo was in 20. So the only real thing was Dwight and his agent and him messed that up. It's really what it was. It's narratives when what you're saying is proven wrong by the player you're talking about. It's a narrative. That's a fact. It's not my opinion or feelings. Go watch the show. Dwight says it himself. Where do you think Brody going? Funny Denver got better on nobody come back. I don't know where he's going. I don't know. Let's see. Go look up Rondo's playoff stats. They were talking about him in the finals about how he has to find a way to impact the game. Go watch the games. Go watch the games. Rondo, people forget. You remember how much of the playoffs Rondo missed with that broken hand and finger? You remember? You guys don't know. You guys don't remember Howard and Dwight essentially getting benched in 2 rounds because they went small. Y'all don't remember? Nah, you don't remember. You can't because you're on the internet. You're not watching the games. Jeff Allen, Cookie D's. It's all narratives, brother. It's all narratives. You can't come at me with narratives. You can't. Do yourself another favor. And go watch the metrics when AD went to center in the death lineup and our teams got smoked. Control-Alt-Deleted. Kind of like how this conversation is going. Smoked. As soon as AD slid to the 5. Smoked. Cheech Meat Chong. Smoked. I'll just mess with you, bro. I'll just mess with you. I respect your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm a weirdo. I'm obsessed. My memory holds crazy things. And everything I'm telling you is true. The 2 bigs got benched in 2 series, those playoffs. Rondo was not making an impact the entire playoffs. He was getting dissed on national television. It's a fact, brother. And Dwight said himself that his agent botched it, and he thought the Lakers had passed on him, so he went to Philly. He jumped the gun. That was his bad. And the next summer, they brought him back and made it right because he messed up. Oh, man. 2021 team was special too. Yeah, the 2021 team was good, man. It was just the 2021 Pablo was just wait, are there 2 Pablos in here? Okay. Pablo dos. Pablo uno and Pablo dos. We got to do Pablo versus Pablo here, man. 2 Pablos don't make it right. What's going on here? But the 2021 team was cursed, y'all. They were just cursed. The bubble tax. Every team that went to at least the conference finals had a really rough next year because the season started 2 months later. It was just really hard to get back. And they just couldn't seem to get right, man. He had huge games, he had moments, but if you look at overall the stretch, I'm telling you, they were calling him out on ABC, saying he has to find a way to impact the game. He had moments, yes, but if you look at, he was out a lot of them with injury, and then he came in and he couldn't get right. He had moments. I love Rondo. I love what he did for us. But we can't sit up here and act like Rondo was like our 3rd best player in the playoffs. He wasn't. Say Mr. Glass got hurt. He did, but there was a lot of games played in a short amount of time. He got hurt. Caruso got hurt. That's the year Braun got hurt because of Solomon Hill situation. The 2021 Lakers were just cursed. Well, Pablo, I get it, brother. I get it. I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you. And Paul Gasol had a decent year from us. Most Laker fans hated him, though. Then LBJ, Kid, and Rondo coached the Lakers in the 2025. So Rondo was a big part of that. Rondo designed the defense for that game 6. See what I mean? People hated Marc Gasol. He had an impact, though. He didn't have a terrible season. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. Y'all wild. Man. Oh, man. So we up to 2. So we have gotten 40 subs during this stream, y'all. That's what's up, man. We got let me see, 119 likes on the video. 119 likes. Who we got in the building? How many we got in the building? All right, we got 168 people in the building. If you have not done so already, please drop a like on the video. We have way too many people in here to not have anywhere near that type of likes. So maybe you don't like what I'm doing here. That's cool. I can respect it. But if you do, please drop a like. 119 likes on the video. That means a little light in the land of likes for me, man. Come on. I had 1,300 people in the building. Drop a like. I know there's a lot of shows popping off. I know it's that time of the year. I get it. Y'all surfing from channel to channel. I appreciate that. Make sure to go support everybody that puts in the time on this content creation. But appreciate y'all, man. Over 2,000 views rocking right now. And It's just been a very, very good show. So I appreciate you guys. The bandwagon said, Jeff, these are the same fans that wish Danny Green death threats. Yeah, that was horrible, bro. Some Laker fans be crossing the line, man. Some of them be crossing the line and going too far. Kane says in 2021, don't think the team got better. They were worse. DS flamed out, was pissing people off. So DS, he got COVID twice, right? People forget that. He got COVID twice. Kuz wasn't fitting in. True. Gasol, Trez, and Drum were getting benched. West couldn't hit the barn. That team was thin. It just ran its course because LeBron got hurt. AD got hurt. Trez didn't really work out that well. There's a lot of things that went wrong with that team, but a lot of it was their stars went down. Their stars went down was the real thing that really kind of caused the problem for them. Thank you for the blessing in life. What's going on, brother? Empire Jeff, salute. You know, every time AD fell, he looks like he got shot like Ricky and Poison. Ricky! Oh, man. Yeah, man. I love AD. Thank you, AD, for the chip. I love AD. Love AD, but that's funny. That's funny, man. Pablo says, Ayton, what do you think about the move? I love it. Like I said, $8 million to get a starting center. The guy that averaged 16 and 10. Take that 10 out of 10. Kuzma and the Jit called Amber Rose and the fans hated KCP, Trace, and Schroeder. Bro, did we forget? Yeah, exactly. They hated all of them and then wanted them all back. That's Laker Nation, bro. Oh, man, we got Pablo on Pablo crime here. I'm gonna mind my business. Jeff, you're always serving up facts. I appreciate that, man. I try to be actual, factual around here, man. There's plenty of channels around here and plenty of places for you to go get non-information. There's plenty of places for you to go get narratives and agenda. There's plenty of places for you to go and unlearn basketball. It's not going to happen here. Not on my watch. No, not on my watch. Plenty of other places to get that. We ain't going to get that here. I just think his motor is low. I mean, that's the knock on him. But, brother, 16 and 10 with a low motor? He performs better the second half of the season? That's a low motor? He gets better with more minutes? That's low motor? Come on, man. I'm just Miss Pac-Man in these narratives right now. Just chomp. Serve him up. Kobe, the Shaq. I'm gonna bang that boy. Come on. Gonna put it in the rim on these narratives, man. Let's go. What's going on, man? I am not in the IE. I'm in LA. I'm not in the IE. We'll see. Yeah, facts. That's facts. Because no matter what happened before, we do not know what's gonna happen next. Facts. There's only three things guaranteed in life. Only three things guaranteed in life. Those three things are death, taxes, and the Clippers gonna clip. Clippers gonna clip, baby. Clippers gonna clip, baby.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
I like you. But you're crazy. I forgot I had Frank the Tank buttons, y'all. Hold on. I got Frank the Tank buttons here.
You are literally worthless.
Okay, that's Ron Burgundy. And then
your name is Liar because you're telling lies.
I'm gonna stay with that one today. Every area, Pablo, this is for you, baby. This is for you, Pablo.
Your name is Liar because you're telling lies.
I'm just messing, man. I'm just messing. It's all love. John Stockton Jr. What's up, John Stockton Jr.? Who would have known that two top 3 picks from 2018 would be on the same team? Yeah, man. And sometimes that's for a good reason, or sometimes that's a bad reason, right? There's a good reason in Luka, and probably a bad reason in Ayton is because Ayton probably hasn't reached his potential, and Luka has exceeded his potential. Oh, man. Oh, you see, yeah, exactly. What's up, Gemini? Oh, man. I've been having fun with the people tonight. It's been fun tonight. I think the last 2 shows, man, I feel like, I don't know, I switched up my approach with basketball, and I'm just letting it rip now. I'm not up here cursing. You know, I got teachers that play my show in their classroom, so I try to be a little, but I'm also just get ready. We're gonna let it fly around here. The worst mistake I will say after 2020 is choosing names over fit. I blame BK for that. The Lakers wanted to respond to them. I mean, I think there was a few different things that happened there. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Hold up. I think there's a few things. One, the injuries of 2021. Two, LeBron still probably kind of in a strange way, I think was still maybe thinking about the 3-star system because KD was going that route and LeBron maybe still kind of believed in it. I think the best thing that happened to LeBron is when he realized the three-headed monster doesn't work in today's NBA. And but yeah, maybe there. I think I don't disagree with that. I think there's some truth in that too. Being greedy, taking the 52 million at 41, squad can't win. I mean, is that greed or getting your cut? Like the owners aren't going to take a pay cut, right? They're still going to get the money at the gate that they get from Braun. I mean, so him taking a pay cut, I get it, but it's not going to happen, man. LeBron, please request a trade. I don't think he's going to do it. Maybe he does, but I don't think he's going to do it. How about yo? Request a trade. We're going to trade Pablo for Pablo. Yeah, we're going to trade Pablo for Pablo. Life of Pablo, y'all. We're going to trade Pablo for Pablo. Oh, man. I'm taking that bread, too. You should always take that bread. Should always take that bread. My bad. What's the difference between a good third option versus a big three, though? A good third option is a non-max player as your third guy. A non-super max player is your third guy. Because then you're just totally screwed. Get yourself an all-star at the third guy, and then that's fine. I'm taking the bread, too. Yep. What's going on, Jackie? I still think this team is. They might be. I don't. They might be. Look, I'm not up here sitting like, oh, we 2026 NBA champs. I'm not. No. But I do like our team now than I did yesterday. I do like it better now than I did yesterday. LBJ did the right thing. He must not want to win. Here we go. I def feel that Braun and AD window was closed. Yeah. Facts. Absolutely facts. I do like the fact that Pablo can dish it and he can take it. I do respect that. There's a lot of dudes out here in this chat that'll like talk trash and you mess around or you say something back that's not even disrespectful and they go all full-fledged, just full-fledged Eric Horner on you. You know what I mean? Just like Eric Holder on you, excuse me. Just flat out, R.I.P. to Nipsey, just flat out can't handle the truth. And not good, man. It's not good, man. Oh man, we talking ball here. Yeah. No, I actually like your approach. Like I said, you could dish it and take it. That's fair. I don't cross the line here. I don't get disrespectful. You know what I mean? I do have some fun though, but it's all out of respect. Every player on the 2020 team all say Pelinka jumped the gun, making changes since the championship. I would say they hate Pelinka. It's more like, bro, we could have won more championships. I mean, I would say that every guy that gets moved probably has something to say about the guy that moved them. I don't know if you've ever had a conversation with someone that's been traded. I have. And it's a weird, especially when it's their first time getting traded. Later on, as they become a little bit, as vets or they've experienced free agency the first time, a lot of times their view of it being a business changes. But a lot of guys get scarred by that. So I wouldn't take that as law, to be honest with you. I wish hey Pablo, go to sleep. Why y'all talking Pablo, man? Is Denver, Houston, and OKC the top 3 teams in the West? Yes, I think they are. Dan Inspiration, what's up, man? Jeff, 3 horns, 1 for Ayton, a big one for Kershaw, 3,000, a third for the comeback 9th inning win today. Absolutely. I went ballistic when that happened live. I was trying to keep it basketball, but I was like, my lazy eye was over on the TV, man. I was locked in on that. Kylie says that Danny Green was washed. Rondo was on his last leg. Yeah, facts. He was. They were. Yeah, you just talking ball, bro. You're fine. You're fine. Mommy thinks Bron should took that same deal Harden just took. I mean, Harden ain't bringing money into the team like LeBron is. Like LeBron LeBron is underpaid from the aspect of what he brings to that team as a cash cow. So no, he shouldn't have to. Antoine Brown, what's up, man? I still think we're better off with Bron going into the playoffs than getting role players, honestly. Second All-NBA can't really replace that. Yeah, that's true, but just hoping he has enough left. But again, he got hurt, and then Luka wasn't right. Like, I mean, it's just constantly the same kind of story, like over and over and over, though, right? Dan Inspiration said, back to business, Jeff. What you know about the 7-team deal? You think Lakers come away with Nick Richards or who? Yeah, I mean, I think there's a chance they come away with like a Cam Whitmore or Nick Richards or maybe something we never even heard about. We'll see. But it's interesting that that's going down. 7-team trades. Look, I'll tell you this: a 2-team trade is hard enough. 3-team trade, it gets murky. 4 damn near becomes impossible at times. 7, all it takes is for one guy to change his mind, and that deal is dead. So those are going to be that's going to be scary to pull off. I'm curious, Jeff, what team you think may sign Dame? What the Bucks did was crazy. How everything went down, it was crazy. I don't really have a feel for it yet. There's a couple of different things. Maybe he signs one place for a year, goes to rehab, see what happens. I would say there's teams in play. Like I said, I've heard Boston, heard the Lakers. He's from the Bay Area. Let's not forget that. He is from the Bay Area. And if he's going back for a year just to rehab and he wants some familiarity, maybe it's going to sound crazy. I'm going to throw it out there. What about back to Portland for a year to rehab? Or maybe he goes to Miami, right? Because that's where he was trying to force his way before. Maybe he goes, who knows, New York. I don't know. You know what I mean? I have no idea. But we'll find out soon enough. We'll find out soon enough. Let's see. Wait. Cut the line here. So what's happening with that sign and trade with the Rockets? That's what that 7-team deal is. It's probably going to be involved in that. These narrative fans mad the man has the chance to make damn near 53 million, and they get mad when he doesn't want to decline it. I mean, they're not. I mean, I don't advise anyone to take a pay cut ever. Do you know anything about injury? I'm seriously disappointed in not being in summer league. I don't know too much about it. I saw like it come across the screen when I was coming home today, but I haven't dove into it. Highly said, if AD didn't get injured against Phoenix and KCP didn't go absolutely ice cold, the 2021 Lakers might have won it. Facts. Oh, facts. I also hear people say Braun should have went to New York in 2018 because one ring for New York would have been astronomical with the Lakers. He's just another great player to win. Yeah, I mean, maybe, but he just didn't. He wanted to be in LA. His business was in LA. Yeah, no, I agree. He's from Oakland. He is from Oakland, and so are the Warriors originally. You know what I mean? So, damn Warriors doing the 2022 Lakers impression if Dame goes there. Yeah, and the Clippers are starting to do that too. What 4 teams you think called Rich Paul Monday about trades? No one. That's a lie. Rich Paul would not be out there saying that because that'd be tampering. Like it's they probably called to check in on some stuff, but I doubt they're not reaching out to Rich Paul to pitch trades. Jeff was in New York, or how would you have been if Braun went there in 2018? Just a thought. I mean, I'm more LA than New York, right? My family outside is from New York, but at the end of the day, I felt for a good 2 years and Braun was coming to the Lakers. I never envisioned him going anywhere else, nor did I think he was going to. That's just, if I'm being honest, that's just what I always felt it was. So, 1 second, what is happening here? I have not looked at Twitter in like 30 minutes. I don't think anything's happened. I'm pretty sure you guys would have said something like, oh my God, this, oh my God, that, but nothing happened. That Dodger walk-off, man. Shout out to Flaherty giving love to Kershaw. Shout out to all these guys over here giving love to Kershaw. Man. The Dave Roberts haters are probably mad today because Kershaw got the 3,000 strikeout. Dave stuck with them and got the win. And Conforto made an incredible catch. I'm going to do some trolling on that later. Got no choice. He said New York what? Oh, hell no. LA. I am LA, man. I am LA. QB isn't a fan of any team on the bandwagon, will be a fan of the team that wins and trolls the other diehard fans. They get mad. I didn't get a chance to ask you, Jeff, overall, what grade would you give Coach Reddick? I think he definitely adjusted midseason with the surprise trade. Playoffs, I'm literally thinking, what the hell? Playoffs, I'm thinking rookie head coach. That playing no subs in the second half of a game is a little wild to me, obviously. I would give him a B for the regular season because I feel they overachieved, and I would give him a C for the playoffs. He's a rookie head coach. Dan Inspiration said, wild take. What about Bronny starting next to Luka on defense? Also off the bench. Nah, he's not. His body's not mature enough. He's going to get bodied out there. He'll get bodied out there. EM says, yo, Jeff, I'm hoping the 7-team deal is getting us Whitmore and Richards. Those are 2 names that possibly could happen. Those are two names that could definitely possibly happen. I'm gonna take a couple more comments. I'm gonna shut it down, guys. So let me see here. My only smart gripe I got with JJ is he might stand offense and spacing a bit too much, but he also bends DK for Goodwin at the same time. Yeah, because you couldn't have Dalton, Luka, and AR out there for defensive purposes. So it would have been suicide. So great show tonight. I appreciate you guys as I ease my way back into basketball. I had 2 great shows back to back. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. Lakers did a good move today by getting Ayton, following up the move to get Jake LaRivia after that, and potentially involved in a 7-team trade that we could hear about in the coming days. Dodgers get a walk-off. Kershaw gets 3,000 strikeouts. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood, baby, for some good basketball talk in these streets. We stack chips. What's up, sis? How you doing, Tara? Hope you're doing well. Hope you and the family are doing great, grand, and wonderful. It's good to see you. And you be bodying people on Twitter. But look, I'm going to say this. It's so I don't be on timelines all the time. Mostly because it's just filth out there, right? I don't know how these people find you or how you find them. But some of the ones you be going at are some of the tweets I see because you're firing on them are some of the highlights of my day at times. Oh my God. The one about Braun, the one about Braun playing, what was it? Like opting out and then sign like a 10-day or something with every team in his last year in his Oh my God. Sweet baby Jesus. Sweet baby 3-pound 11. God bless America on that note, man. Oh man. Whoa. You know, that just made my night again. Oh, that's gold. That's gold. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a beautiful rest of your night. Hope you and your families are safe with everything going on around our way. And I will talk to you guys soon, probably tomorrow night. I hopefully get some more news today. Pelinka took 2 steps forward today. Will he take 2 steps backwards tomorrow? We will see. Catch you guys on the next one. Drop a like on the way out. If you're watching the replay, please leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you like or hated about what I had to say tonight. Search, my brother, I love you. You were the best in the building, man. Highly, thank you so much for your super chat. Cuba, thank you for your super chat. And I will catch you guys on the next one. As always, go Lakers, go Dodgers. I'm out of here. Peace.